1962 Volkswagen Type 3 Notchback. These were not imported into the United States. You could only buy them in Europe, hence the European style taillights and turn signals. This was built early on in the production. It was in March of 1962, and it was purchased by a couple from Visalia, California, who ordered it through their local Volkswagen dealership for a European delivery and combined it with a 3-month, 8,000-mile driving trip through Europe. They picked up the car in Holland and toured Europe and then brought it back to Central California, back to their home, after driving it across the country from New York, where the ship dropped it off. Once they got it back to the States, they only put about 50,000 miles on it, and they stopped driving it, and it sat in their garage for 14 years, and in the early 90s they sold it to their next door neighbor, who purchased it as just a random Volkswagen for their daughter to drive to college, and determined that it was way too precious and too much of a survivor to subject to that kind of thing. So they took it to Volkswagen shows, they loved it, they kept it in the garage, they only put 10,000 miles on it. And then along I came in about 2010, 2011, and it came into my possession. And since we've had it, we've redone the motor, the front suspension, ball joints, steering, tie rods, all the shocks, all the brakes. We've actually done the brakes twice in it now. And put a new headliner in it. The headliner was in a nice original condition, but it had a dead mouse above it, so we just wanted to start fresh. So all the windows came out, all new window rubber. We rebuilt the window rubber in the doors and the wind wings. It's got a new windshield. You can see how really nicely that original dash has survived. It's a radio delete car. It never had a radio, and it never had a radio antenna drilled into it. It has new German wool square weave carpets. And this seat material is the exact original material that this car in '62 was produced with, but we had it remilled by a company in Oregon, and they did an absolute beautiful job. And then, as you can see, all of the vinyl is all heat seamed, just as original. All the welting is exactly the way that it would have been. Let's pop the engine lid. Really nice original trunk material. Snap that back. Snap that back. Turn that. Turn that. And then the engine lid clicks in like so. The original engine has been fully rebuilt. New pistons and cylinders, new valves. Rebuilt the carburetor, the distributor, the generator, the fuel pump. All the ignition parts are new. And I resisted by not powder coating everything. I left all of the paint and all of the finishes as original. Every single part is on the engine. It runs beautifully. It's got a little bit more power because we took it from a 1500 up to about a 1600, so it's got a little bit more power. This is push button lighting and wiper. You pop the front here. All the chrome is original, beautiful shape. Original cardboard liner in the trunk, toolkit, spare, the windshield washing system, and once again, all of the paint is original, every bit of it, and it's in really, really nice shape. It's really survived nicely. again, all of the window rubber has been replaced. New windshield seal, and like I said, new windshield. All of the gaps are wonderful, and all the doors, all the mechanisms, window winders, everything works fantastic. It's still on 6 volt, but it has 2 Optima 6-volt batteries in parallel, and then there's a little charging cord. Make that easy. It's a wonderful survivor. Sad to see it go, but hopefully the next person who takes it on will have it for another 10 or 15 years and be a good steward.